Hey there, Sean Bailey, and welcome to the Sales Funnel Nerd Podcast. Today in this episode, we're going to be talking about changes, tweaks, how small changes can have big effect, right? And the reason that I kind of thought about this, or how this like came to be in my brain, was because of baseball. Yeah, of all things, softball per se. Because I do play some fun league softball on the side, and I wouldn't say I'm good, I wouldn't say I'm bad. I was just kind of in the middle. But one of the things that always bugged me was that I had a nasty tendency to pop the ball up sometimes, and then all of a sudden, I can't even remember who it was. Somebody was like, "Oh, you should stand a little bit farther forward." Towards the front of the plate, because typically I would go and I would just kind of like line my right foot up with the back of the plate, and then step in and kind of, settle in, get my spot. And that was kind of like my mark, right? I was always using the back of the plate. So somebody was like, "Oh yeah, when you come in, like line up, like line your front foot up with the front of the plate, or just like move forward a step, basically." So not really a big groundbreaking thing, but I tried it, and like the first at bat, I was like, "Huh, okay." Next at bat, tried it again. Okay, next at bat, tried it again. It was like, yeah, we played this like weekend tournament, no pop ups, and of course we won the tournament, so obviously it was because of me and my improvements, right? No, it wasn't. Just kidding. We all played good. It was fun. But my point of all this is the reason that it was like, wow, that's crazy how just like a small change can like have such a large effect. Um, that kind of reminded me about a change that I made in one of my funnels and the effect that it had there. And it was a fairly large effect, right? So the way that this funnel was set up was people would land on this squeeze page, and then they would opt in. And then on the thank you page, they'd be presented with like a sales message, and then they could buy from there, right? So when they got to the order page, um, I can't remember when it was, how long after the funnel had been running, when I was like, okay, I'm going to try this technique. And the technique was called an order bump, right? So when they get to your order page, and that's the page where it's like, okay, this person's read your sales message, your sales copy, your VSL, or whatever, has done the work that it needed to do to convince this person to buy. And now they're like, okay, where do I pay? Right, so like back in the old days, that would be when like the salesman at his desk would, hand over a paper with the order form. You'd fill it out. Now it's all online, so that's the order form has gone into an online version. So on the order form itself, it's like name, email address, mailing address, credit card number, and that's about it. That's the elements that you need on there. And then at the bottom, it'll have your total. What you're buying, so you see what it is that you're paying for, and then just below that, you have an item where you can basically add like another purchase. The way it's equated is that like if you were at a grocery store and you were going through the checkout line and you're like, oh man, look at that, a Snickers bar, like a pound of Snickers for like 99 cents or something, right? A ridiculously good price for something where you're like, I gotta have that, right? That kind of impulse buy. You have that right at the order page, and what I found is that people do, in fact, click that button and add that extra item to their order because they're like, well, I'm buying right now. Why not tack it on? And it is freaking amazing. Okay. The take rate that I had on that was 75%. 75% of the people who were buying the initial tripwire would take the order bump. Yeah. Crazy. I know. The great thing about that is that almost doubled my front end as far as on the order page, right? Because the item itself, the tripwire, it was cheap. It was like $7, but like, low priced, under $10. So, I'm kind of capped there. That's the most that they can spend on that page is $7. By having that order bump in place, now I've essentially doubled, given them the capacity to double what they pay when they come in. So it's absolutely insane how many people like that. I would have been happy if a few people would have took it, but the 75% take rate was amazing, right? And then once you start getting results like that, there's like layers of psychology that you can put in, because I've seen how Russell, ClickFunnels, how other people have done it with their order bump is what they'll do is put in like a line of text in there that says, like in my case, I would put in, like 75% of smart marketers or business owners or entrepreneurs take advantage of this one-time offer or this limited time special offer or whatever, right? Just to kind of put it, and I'm being honest, I'm telling them what the rates are, about 75% of the people take it. But what happens is in the mind of the person who's buying, they're like, oh, well, I'm a smart person. Like I gotta, I should take advantage of it because I want to be in that group of 75%, not on the 25% who aren't smart, who don't take advantage of it, right? So it's crazy as far as the power that just one tiny little tweak has. And that's all it was in the funnel, was just like going into the editor, finding, like going to the order page, finding the element, okay, boom, order bump, drag it over, drop, customize, 30 seconds later, that's it, right? Like it's on the page and like ready to go. As far as the item itself, it's just another product that you set up in ClickFunnels, and it's like super easy. But man, the power that you get from that just by having the order bump in place, because it just jumps your numbers up from the get go, right? Like you want to be able to sell something, and then if you have an upsell in place, that's how you're gonna send up your average customer value in a big way. But to be able to do it right away on the front end is just, yeah, it was just so awesome. So I was really happy with that. And like I said, it was just a small tweak, but it was just, yeah, like a day and night change from like the emails that would come in, like when someone would make a sale, it would be like, you've made a sale, and you would see like, oh, the tripwire, and then it was like, get an email, oh, wow, tripwire and bump. You can tell because of the price, right? It's like twice what it would normally be. Next email, oh, tripwire and bump. Next email, tripwire and bump. Look at that. Like people just keep taking it and taking it. So it's, yeah. And then of course you've got people who take that sale are, eventually some of them are going to take your OTO, your one-time offer, your upsell, and yeah, behold the power of sales funnels. But just one tiny little element, one little tweak almost doubled my front end with the order bump. So yeah, it was crazy how like something just like a tweak in baseball just made me think of that, and I was like, oh, that'd make for something good to talk about on the episode. But so that's it. Go, yeah, throw an order bump onto your order page. Watch the magic happen. Don't be afraid to go over and get your funnel blueprints. I'll have a link underneath the episode here. I've also made something really awesome for you. Be flogging it a little bit here, but the great thing is that it's free. And I wanted to map out for you, because we've got in the OFA challenge, it's the One Funnel Away challenge. If you're thinking of trying it, go to seanbailey.com/onefunnelaway. The amount that I've learned from this course, like I came into it, I'm not going to lie, I came into it a little bit high and mighty. I was like, I know quite a bit about funnels. I've used ClickFunnels like pretty much daily. Like, well, let's see. I'll probably get a little bit out of this course. No, maximum value, absolutely maximum value every day. Like it is a grind. I'm gonna say you got to find 2 hours. You got to carve 2 hours out of your day just to go through like the videos and the learning that's gonna come at you. But it's intense. It's a challenge. It's supposed to be hard. I see why there's been people who go through it like multiple times. But you do get all the stuff as far as all the learning and training. And I don't want to spoil all the cool things that you get, but some parts of the challenge go away after 30 days and some parts don't. But it is, yeah, it's like, yeah, got to get up an extra hour earlier, stay up an extra hour later, whatever it is. If you want to build a funnel, then you'll find the time, you'll make it work. But the amount of info that has just come out of this, that like Stephen Larson, one of the teachers or instructors on the course, what he can teach you about offers is just absolutely amazing. I've just been so delighted with this. Like I would have paid, I don't know, 10 times what I paid to get into that OFA challenge and see what was going on here. But it was because of that. In the challenge, you don't you do have to kind of they take you through a process, and like usually what happens, and I'm totally guilty of this. I've done this in the past, is to go be like, okay, I'm gonna build a funnel. Go into ClickFunnels, boom, build funnel. Okay, now I just got to come up with like an offer, some sales copy, and just fill out this funnel now. And then things kind of, you'll waste a few hours kind of playing around. just wasting time. And then you're like, oh, I've done this in the wrong order. And once you see the right order, then it's like the funnel building part, like messing around with ClickFunnels. That's at the end. Right? You set your stuff up first, and then you have all the pieces to fill in the blanks. It's literally like, boom, load up the funnel. Okay, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, all of our text, and boom, our funnel's up and running. But the great thing is they've got some pre-built funnels that they share with you, so you can just load it into your account. But the structure of them is the same. And in my opinion, it was kind of funny. I call this the ultimate funnel now because it's kind of validated what happened with one of my own funnels, where it's like you got your order page, order bump. And then an OTO along the way, and just what that does to your average customer value. I mean, I was selling a $7 item, and my average customer value was up towards $30. It depends on the time slice, but if I look at the overall time on that funnel, yeah, $7 product, $30 average cart, right? That's the power. That's why I call this thing the ultimate funnel. So if you go to seanbailey.com/ultimate funnel training, all you have to do is just create your account. It's totally free training. You don't have to buy anything. Just have to create yourself like a login and an account, and then the training is on the next page. And on there you'll see I've mapped it out. You can download the funnel itself, take it for a test drive. There'll be a link to get the funnel, a link to the funnel map, and then there'll be some, if you want some advanced training, I've got a link on there as well. But the main thing is that underneath the intro video, watch that. It'll show you around the training and where everything's at, and then straight into it. I explain why it is the best thing since sliced bread, why it's the ultimate funnel, why it's so awesome, and why it'll help you. And then we get into the building of the funnel itself. The mapping of the funnel, just so that like you can see it all built out. If you're like a visual learner and like to kind of see things to understand them, the funnel mapping portion, you will very much have a strong understanding of the funnel by the time you're done that. Then in the final video, I show you as far as inside ClickFunnels, inside the editor, going through and how fast you can just blast through, customize this funnel, launch it, and start collecting leads and making sales, because that's the point of this thing. That's why it's called the ultimate funnel, because it does 4 major things. It lets you sell. It lets you collect new leads, right? And have people opt in and sign up. It gives you the ability to immediately monetize those leads. It lets you upsell those leads, and it lets you deliver your content in a nice, secure members area that is like super easy to work with, right? If you can literally you can paste or you can upload your videos to YouTube and then have them in your members area as far as your product delivery. You can do Vimeo, other stuff. Any kind of format, right? If you're doing if you got documents, PDFs you're downloading, audios. I did other funnels. The great thing about those membership sites, the way it's set up in there, is I did funnels where I had, in order to book the time with me, in order to do to hire me, or if you were like, hey, I want to book some time, you couldn't get access to my calendar unless you purchased and then opted into the membership site there, right? My calendar was actually inside there, so you can't even get access to it anywhere else on the web. So that is the cool thing about this ultimate funnel. Yeah, so seanbailey.com/ultimate funnel training. Check it out. If you have questions about it, I've got a link on there so you can let me know, because I do love talking about funnels and answering questions. And as you can tell, rocking around in my chair because it's what I do. So yeah, I hope you dug this episode. Go check out that free stuff. Go build funnels, conquer the world, make money, love life. I'll see you in the next episode.